This game is rated T for ages 13 and up. For more information, please go to esrb.org. Hello everyone, Gunvolt here, but you can call me KV, and welcome back to Let's Play Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 Blind. Or as blind as we can at this point, I suppose. On the last episode, we figured out how to get this final secret mission. This one, where we fought Asimov. He proposed some interesting ideals, but I don't like them, so yeah. We also then went on to do these actual missions themselves, and now we're at the precipice of only having one unhighlighted thing. At least in, normal difficulty. Standard task, I suppose you could say. One thing I did look into between this episode and the last, was how the grading system fully works. In Azure Striker Gunvolt 3, the highest rating you can get is S++, which we have gotten for quite a few of these special missions, which is amazing. It is hooray. I don't know how you hooray. Sure. There's S, obviously. There's A, but S++ is the highest. There is an S+ ranking, and there is some other ones as well. Yeah, there we have S+ on the first stage, for instance. There is, however, a secret ranking, and that ranking is, if you look at Downtown Christmas right here, you see we have the usual S ranking, but then next to it there is an SS ranking. That is difficult. That is hard. I am not going to be able to do what I need to do to get the other mode unlocked. What SS rank is, you need to play through the entire stage as Gunvolts. Ass. But in order to do this, you have to be getting really good on your shots, getting really good bonuses so you can keep your feathers up. And what makes Downtown Christmas the easiest stage to do it on is that the second part where it forces you to play as Gunvolt, you don't actually lose feathers during that part, so you can just stock up on them, which is very nice. Unfortunately, because in Merciless Task, you don't get almost any of your image pulses besides the one that allows you to start the stage as GV. It's much harder there. And the other one that was suggested to me is this one to do to get SS, but I've tried almost all the stages, and I'm just not very good at what it wants me to do. You may be wondering, okay, that's cool that you got that rank. Why is it important that you get 3 of them? Getting 3 of them unlocks another mode, which is kind of like a custom difficulty mode, at least from what I'm understanding. Maybe in the future, but probably not right now, so just letting you know about that. But hey, on the bright side, we've been getting a lot of image pulses. Look at all these image pulses. We're missing some on this stage, that's fine. If you're on this stage, that's fine too. But yeah, look at all these image pulses. There is also some kind of bonus for getting all of the image pulses. I don't know if that means every mode, because that's a lot of stages to go through, but I'm not going to worry about that right now, because what we need to do is Secret Mission 13, which, believe it or not, does actually have image pulses to it. Not a lot, but it does have image pulses to it, and unfortunately, I know what this mission is. It is a boss rush. So before we get into that, let me just go check what I have on. Okay, perfect. That's the one I want on. Do a chat.
What's the matter, GV? Something wrong with the vending machine?
Oh, hey, Apollo. I couldn't drink coffee the entire time I was sealed away by the glaives. And now I have a craving.
Okay.
I see. I have some quality beans at my place. Would you like to come over for a cup sometime?
Oh.
Wow. So you brew it yourself?
Right. It brings up some old memories, so I haven't done it much lately. But it's still nice to share a cup with friends.
Apollo keeps referencing this. It brings up some memories, bad memories. I'm just like, what happened, man? We need to know.
I guess I'll stop by with Kidding if we're in the area.
That was nice. And also for skills, yeah, because I don't. There is one I absolutely want to put on, but I don't think I can enhance it all the way yet. Correct. Alright. Well, let's do this. Briefing is just the standard.
In this mission, you'll take on all of the
Okay.
bosses you've fought so far, one after the other. It'll be tough fighting so many strong opponents, so go give it your best shot.
Alright. Well, let's go. Figure we probably should get into this right away because there's a lot more bosses in this compared to Alex 2. Possibility. A possible world is drawn forth by Octima. Bring the beast of the if to heal and prove your existence. Bring the beast of the if. Alright, well, we'll just start with boss number 1. Gunvolt in crazy mode. Future me, as has kind of become the norm with a good chunk of this game, please put up the flashing light warning. I don't think I did that in the first episode, and that was bad on my part. Definitely should have. I luckily have some good image pulses done right now that we can just keep getting kudos like crazy, so I'm not too worried about getting hit by stuff, especially because we have the ability to have money drop, and also the ability for money to heal us. So it all works out. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Also, I got some more song image pulses while I was playing off screen. So that's the song we just got. So actually, here, how about, I can show those, right? Yep. So let's just go over quickly. Most of these you've seen before. I did actually have now the 3-star Carrera, who upgrade fully. He just automatically collects credits from everywhere, as opposed to just some. So that's really good. I like that. Songs I have on, I still have Memory of He, because I like that one. I put in Struggling to Dream, because that's not a bad one. Nebulous Clock from the first game. Rogue Shimmer from the first game. Isle Light from the second game, and Flash Reserve from the second game. So, yeah. There's that. What up, BB?
I can't stand any of you.
Okay. So, this actually might be super rad to do. Okay, stop that, please. Thank you. I wonder, like, how high you can get the kudos in this. Because one thing, future me, if you can, pull out a clip, because I know I saved a replay of it to my Switch. There are still some new songs specifically to this game that I haven't seen before, because they're, like, super hidden songs. And I found one of them while I was playing on my own time the other day. And I'm kind of curious, like, what else there is. I haven't actually found the image pulse for said song, so I can't play it. But it might show up again. If we just get a lot of kudos. So, we'll work on that. Here. Tessio, come and help, please. Oh, I guess, Zomba can help too. That is, like, my only complaint with the control scheme that they went with is using the right stick for the skills. It's not a bad thing. The problem is that depending on the controller you're having, the right stick is gonna... It's not a D-pad, so it doesn't take in just, like, 4 directions. It can get 2 directions at the same time by accident. And sometimes I have it happen. I don't want that to happen, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Anywho's, let's do this right now. Get an extra 1,000 kudos. What I am curious about is if Jin's gonna show up and revive any of these bosses. So far, no. But we'll find out. I do like the little detail of his hat falling. I think that's pretty neat. Phoebe, I give a lot of crap, and a lot of Cass gives him crap. Oh. Okay, there's our first image pulse ship. But I like BB as a character I think is nice. He's kind of the everyman, and I do appreciate that he is part of this cast of characters. And I know I've mentioned it multiple times now, but I am so happy that this game feels like you have a cast of characters as opposed to just a bunch of bosses that you just see once and never again. Even if some of them are like a certain boss we're gonna have to fight later. I don't know how that's gonna pan out for future games in either Gunvolt or Lumis Avenger X, but I kind of like this approach and I hope that they continue it. Lumis Avenger X2 almost succeeds in doing something similar, but because you don't get to interact with the bosses outside of the boss area, you don't get to learn much about them. And because Lumis Avenger X2 doesn't actually have the story plus mode where they talk during the boss fight, you don't get to learn much there either. I'm sorry, I am flubbing on all my words there. So maybe they can take a note from that. I think, like, the sad thing is, maybe not sad, but the weird thing is that when Lumis Avenger X2 came out, barring its difficulty mode, which I have many problems with, it felt like the most interesting of the Gunvolt games so far. And that's not to knock on Gunvolt 1, 2, or the first Lumis Avenger X, but it just felt the most polished and clean. But it feels like this game is even more so. So I'm kind of interested to know, like, the development styles of the two different teams that make these, because they had two games come out in the same year. These are obviously different teams that are heading these projects. They probably have some overlap in staff, I'm gonna guess. I think we actually got the secret song playing right now. We just didn't see it. Yeah, this is definitely a secret song. It's called Traces. It didn't show up, but, I mean, if Future Me played the clip, you saw it. And at least in Lumis Avenger X2, there's a lot for that world, or worlds, I suppose, to expand on, so I'm curious to see that in the future. Here, I'm still not sure, because again, we'll bring up the ending just briefly. The ending implies, to me at least, and maybe I'm reading it wrong, unfortunately at the time of this recording I have not posted the finale, the true finale, to the channel yet. So if you've left comments on that, I have not read them yet. But to me it felt like the whole idea of the Primal Dragon Octma, like, trying to prevent itself was, I thought, going back in time. In which case, Gunvolt could then go back to the life he used to have, in which case he could try to make things better from that point of view, from that perspective. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think that would be neat. Of course, then it leaves us with the current cast of GB3. And I think, honestly, I would not mind having another game where you just play as Kieran. Kieran's a fun protagonist. I like her a lot. I like the Dragon Saviors a lot. I like the fact that I just died. I should have been more careful. It's fine. It's fine. So, do we keep him the whole time now, or... Dang, I was doing well in those kudos, so now I have messed up terribly. No. Okay, perfect. Glad that works out for that. Perfect. And obviously, we have not touched the epilogue story yet with the Attempts group, so I'm curious to see how that plays. There might be even, like, a case to make of another sub-series where you play as the Attempts characters. What I've liked about both this game and Lumis Avenger X2 is that they have expanded the worlds of both of them to make them feel even more fleshed out. I think this one feels more fleshed out even more than Lumis Avenger X. Not to say that they weren't super fleshed out to begin with, but I definitely feel more of an attachment to these characters. Okay, well, you know, just running away doesn't help. So I'm just curious. I'm not expecting, like, Azure Striker Gunvolt 4 to be next year. No. We're working on other stuff too. But I'm just curious to see what happens next, especially because with Inti Creates now, they've finished the Blaster Master Zero trilogy. they've done sequels to their essentially 2 flagship series, which would be Lumi's Venture X and Gunvolt. I know they're doing the spin-off for Galgun next year, which I'm going to play, even though I know I probably should. Probably not on the channel, I'll see. But I also read that, apparently in an article, the head of Inti Creates, Takuyu Aizu, said that there's apparently 4 other games coming out next year from them, or at least there's 4 other games that they're working on. So I'm curious to see what those are. Oh, I did that too early. Hey, Tessio, please help out. Hey, Gunvolt, please help out. Oh, right, we have this on right now. Because our feathers are maxed. Bye-bye! Alright, so that takes care of the first 4. Well, what do you think? What do you think the future holds? Especially for Inti Creates now. I really want to see more to what they've already done, obviously. But I also want to see new stuff from them too. So I'm curious to see kind of like what other projects they have in store. Because I love the Gunvolt series, and I'm super happy that Gunvolt 3 is such an amazing masterpiece. Probably, if I had not played it through this Let's Play and waited, it probably wouldn't have made it, and Lumi's Venture X2 would be in its place, but this is easily one of the best games Inti Creates has ever made. And I can't wait to see what other works they do. I know, now I'm thinking like outside the box, Bloodstained is still working on doing its final bit of DLC for the main project, the Ritual of the Night. And they've also teased that they're going to do a sequel for Bloodstained, the Ritual of the Night, which makes me wonder if there's going to be another Curse of the Moon. I'm not very good at those ones, so we're never going to see those on the channel. But it would be cool to see if Inti Creates does another Curse of the Moon title. I mean, it would... Actually, no, it would not fit. Never mind. But obviously, I don't want them to be stretched too thin either. I know another developer I really love is WayForward, and this year, 2022, it felt like they were stretched super thin. And unfortunately, you can see that in some of the projects they came out with. Not to say any of them were bad, but you could tell that it seems like some of them could have used a little more time. I say this especially for a game that I was really looking forward to, which is River City Girls 2, which is a fantastic game. Not knocking it, love it to bits. But there are some weird like quirks about it that are kind of noticeable, and it makes me wonder if like they were just trying to get that out to make sure it came out this year. I'm sure, like, you know, with updates and everything, things can be fixed, things can be patched, but there is always that initial impression stage, you know? And that's kind of why I'm, like, super happy with how Gunvolt 3 turned out. I should have healed. Poops. Oh! What? Oh! Our last save was right... Okay. Okay. There are save points during the boss rush. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Whoopsie poopsies. Alright, well, you know what? Future me, if you can, speed this up. We've seen these bosses already. Anyways, where were we?
This is for Mr. Zeddy.
Yeah, Mr. Zeddy and all that. And because of that death, I completely lost my train of thought. So, you know... Oh, right. Just, I don't want... Hey, it actually showed up on the screen this time. Traces. I don't know if there's more special songs in this one. Love to know if there are, though. Maybe I'll find out when I finally get the Gunvolt soundtrack with the limited run game release. Okay, we just get up on the hill here, or the wall. So I want to see more great stuff from Inti Creates. I just hope that they don't stretch themselves too thin. That makes it hard for them to produce quality content. Because I think a lot of the stuff they did this year was all quality. And I can't wait to see more of said quality. I'm sure you are. Okay, well, let's not have that happen. There we go. Bye, Grazi. I do like Grazi. Again, like, I feel like I know these characters much better than I knew any of the other Gunvolt characters.
You're gonna regret this.
And I get it, it's a platformer game, you don't want too much story, but I like it. I like having some story to it. It's its own thing, you know? Okay. Of course, the checkpoint right before you.
I'll turn you into Swiss cheese.
No, you won't. Okay, I guess I'll do that at least. I guess I gotta be a little more careful now to make sure I don't, you know, don't die again, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to rely on Lumen every single time. No, I have some more too. There we go. Just. Now, the hard part now is trying to keep the song going with all the kudos locks I keep getting. Because as you get higher kudos, the locks get bigger. Nice. It's okay. With this, I should probably get right before 7,000.
Please forgive me.
No, I don't like you. I, like, really cannot say how much I do not care for Sistina. I just edited the episode that's going up the day recording of her plan to have his baby, and I'm just like, there's a lot of problems with you, lady. You need to talk to someone about this. Prado, I love you.
Little kitten, it's time for our duel.
All right.
Stay with me.
Prado's fun. I love Prado's fights so much. Prado's a character I'd love to, like, hang out with in real life. Maybe a little extreme at points, but you know what? I don't care. She's awesome. Nope. Ah, dang it. There's no quick fall. We're gonna get a kudos song very soon. There it is. There we go. It's a lot of attacking and counterattacking, and I love it. I'm not good at it right now, as you can see. So I'm mainly just focused on beating the thing, as opposed to trying to do this in a proper manner. But it's still fun. Oh. There we go. And there we go. And then I'm going to try to get the 1,000 off of Kirin.
Now for my specialty. Waltz of twin elements.
I love her her thing is so dang cool.
Let's go! GB!
Make a game about Prado. I'll play a game with Prado as the protagonist. Ah, shoot. We'll just end it there instead, I guess. You're magnificent. She has such a cool Septima, too. I just love her style. I love her fight. It's just, oh my goodness, Prado's such a cool character. Serpentine's also pretty interesting if you want to be real, but her boss fight's really obnoxious, so that takes it down a peg for me. If I had to rank the... So let's see. If I had to... Let's rank the members of the Dragon Saviors that are not Gunvolt or Kirin. I'd probably rank Shiran first, because Shiran's cool and really cute. Then Apollo. Then honestly, probably BB and Cayman. Not that I hate Cayman or anything, but Cayman's a bit of a one-note character, unfortunately. He has some good depth to him as well from some of the conversations you can have with him, but BB at least has a bit more going on personality-wise, I feel. If we're to rank the Thames Knights, in dead last place, to no one's surprise, is Sistina. She needs help. Go away. I think after that, going in ascending order, we would have probably Serpentine. Her whole idea of I'm joining this so I can eventually kill the big boss is kind of interesting. It's just her boss fight itself is a bit obnoxious. I can see why people would suggest this to do for the SS rank, though, because you get lots of opportunities to do a lot of damage and get kudos, potentially, with the illusions. Not 100% sure on that. After Serpentine, then, would have to be Grazi. Grazi, I think, is a really cool character. I kind of want to know more, and maybe it's explained in the epilogue, because Grazi kind of alludes to the fact that she owes a debt to Mr. Zeddy for something, and it's not really explained what that might entail, so I'm kind of curious to figure that out. And then number one is Prado, because Prado is just amazing. Now, if I want to... should I rank all the members of other Gunvolt games? Oh, shoot. Let's do this. And hope this works.
Hidden 90-second run. Divine Ruin Heresy.
Does it work? Nope. So we'll do this instead. Now I'll do this, and hope that this works.
Azure Striker!
Oh, it would, because it's Luxcalibur. I always think it's going to be Astrophere. My bad! Now, I am curious, is it going to give us the other fights too, against Joda and Viper and whatnot? Survey says yes. Okay, and we're still recharging the special. Oof. No, no, Futterbutts. Right, I can deflect those. I need to be careful, more smart about how I do things. No, shut up, Viper. I don't like you. Okay, you know, since we're here, ranking the original Sumonagi members from the first game. There's technically 7. However, because of reasons of knowing the plot of Azure Striker Gunvolt 2, we are not going to count Zonda. So, in last place is Viper. I hate Viper. Viper's not cool. He's a huge butt. Let's see. Who would I put over him? See, this is something I can't think about because you don't get to learn about these characters as much. Like, Viper, I feel like you get to learn the most about because he is such a prick.
Incandescent blade.
So, let's see. Who would I...
Hidden 90-second break. Divine
Probably Stratos next. Stratos is a bit of a one-note character. He's the glutton character. He wants to eat stuff. Nothing really substantial there. After that, probably Jota. Jota doesn't have a lot going for him. He's not that interesting of a character, if you want me to be completely honest. After Jota, Merrick. I like Merrick for his laziness, but he's not that interesting overall. I feel like a lot of the bosses in Gunvolt 1 are sadly just not super interesting, because you don't get to learn much about them. Unless you have other forms of media, which we've been over that in the previous episode about how I don't like that. Have the game tell you how things happen. Don't say you need to go listen to this drama CD. So then after Merrick would be Elise. Elise, because her Septima is really crazy, and she has the 3 personalities, so that by default gives her more of an interesting character than the other adepts. Not much, but a bit more. And also the whole fact that you rescued her first, and then she turns to the boss, that's kind of neat. And then that leaves Coretta as probably my favorite. Coretta is probably my favorite because I like his design. I like his stage. His stage is very fun. And I like that he speaks in the old English forsooth kind of thing. I think that's funny. So yeah, Corretta's #1 of the first game. Alright, the adepts in 2. Tessio's #1. That's it. We don't need to talk about the rest of them. I feel like I know even less about the adepts in 2 compared to the ones in 1, now that I think about it. Tessio is much more well-known because he becomes a meme character in more than just the own game that he comes from. Tessio just being a meme lord is just perfection, and I love it. I guess if I had to absolutely pick another one, Tenjian would probably follow after Tessio, but that's just because Tenjian actually plays a more important role in the story. Doesn't he have, you have Azrox, Desna, Gaudi... Oh, okay, you know what? Gabriel will be third. I like Gabriel. Gabriel's pretty interesting. A bit crazy, but interesting nonetheless. Right, I need to be careful about my talismans here, and let's heal. So then, who would I be after Gabriel? Let's see. I think Azrog's dead last because I just don't understand anything about the appeal of him. Do I? I think I need to bring out Gunvolt here. I don't know what's going on. We'll just do that then. Is this gonna hit or no? It did! Didn't do what I wanted to, but it did hit. So Azrog's dead last. You know what? Miles will be after Azrog, because Miles is also pretty nothing. Desna will be after that, because she's kind of nothing, but I at least like the idea of her character. I understand where it's coming from. So I think that leaves... I think the other one I haven't mentioned then is Gaudi, and that's pretty appropriate. I like that he's kind of this, weird rollerblading rapper dude. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, so let's see it. So the order from least interesting to most interesting goes Azrog, Miles, Desna, Gaudi, Gabriel, Tenjian, Tessio. Okay, that's all of them. Perfect. Alright, I have now ranked all the non-final boss characters of the 3 Gunvolt games. I am not doing that for Lumis Vengerix, because I don't even remember some of the ones from the first game. Anywho's, we beat him, so I'm going to guess we just go straight to final boss? Yes. Okay, cool. I know this episode is going to be a bit long because it was doing the full boss rush. I'm hoping the capture doesn't freak out, because you probably know sometimes that if an episode goes on a bit long, my capture likes to have a little bit of a hiccup, which is not the greatest, but it's much better than what it was when I first started using this new capture device, so I'll take it. Still not a great look, though, unfortunately. And of course, there is just a lot of flashing lights in all these fights, so I'm sure it's like going into overtime trying to record all this. So I appreciate it. Thank you, capture device. Okay, get out. Get out. It's gonna do this right now. Just to be safe. You know, Tessio, come out too. Alright, and I guess, okay, fine. You know, the one thing I haven't raked then, the antagonists of all the games. So, interestingly enough, there's technically 3 in the first game, if you think about it. You have Nova, Copen, and Asimov. And 2, you have Zonda. In 3, we have Zed. And I guess Mobius. Technically. But I'm not gonna count Mobius. Nope, 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 nope. GV, hit the thing. Hit the... Okay, we'll just wait up here. It's fine. It's fine! So, least interesting would go to Mobius. Mobius isn't a character, it is a thing. I like the idea of Mobius, but it is kind of this thing that like happens at the last minute that feels, at times, a bit unearned. As much as I love this game. I guess Gunvolt counts as one too, now that you think about it. But yeah, so Mobius speed leads... No offense, Mobius doesn't do much, other than I'm the final boss, so that's fair. Followed by that... Oof. You know, that's a hard ask, because all of them are actually pretty good. Let's think. Who after Mobius? See, I like Zed a lot. Asimov's good because he's a butt. Zonda's good because she's a butt. Like, they're good antagonists. So, I guess just by proxy of he's the weakest of all of them then, I'd say Nova would be next on the list. Following Nova would be Asimov. And then... Ooh, this is a hard sell. Do I like... I'm gonna probably... actually, you know, as an antagonist, Gunvolt. We'll put Gunvolt after Asimov. Because Gunvolt's not necessarily antagonist, he's just, it's just circumstances that sucks for him, like the boss we're fighting right now. And then, after Gunvolt... this is the hard part. How do I like Zed as a villain. He is very good. But he's also kind of sympathetic, in a way. And I'm sure the Attempts DLC is going to explain more of that. He is powerful, though, and his boss fight's really fun. So, I think Zed's gonna be next, and Zonda, I still think, is the best antagonist of the Gunvolt series. Not because she's the most powerful, not because she's, like, the greatest, but it's more of a, it's like, she is truly a villain. She is truly just a unredeemable prick for everything she puts you through. Her goals are absolutely stupid. She wants to basically rid the world of all non-adepts, which is kind of the same goal that Asimov wanted, but Asimov tried to do it from the shadows, whereas Zonda's much more in your face about it. I guess Zonda kind of tried to do it from the shadows too when she joins Sumeragi for a bit. But yeah, she taunts you constantly. She's the one who actually essentially killed Jewel for good. Unless Jewel's going to come back at some point. We don't know. And yeah. Zed is a great antagonist overall. He has a lot of great followers. I think what makes Zed a great villain is the fact that he has so many followers that show just how loyal they are to him based on his own convictions. But I feel like, especially at the ending of the game, there is some sympathy to have for him. So he's not necessarily like the worst person ever. So he's a very good antagonist, but he's not the worst. The worst person ever is Zonda. So yeah, Zonda, number 1 antagonist. S++ rank, yay! This video is over 40 minutes long, not yay! Alright, let's just see what we get. I don't know, why have you turned into this dog? What is that? What is that? Where is that in the game? I want to see that. Show me that in the game. I mean, you just did, but I mean... okay, this is Copen. Yep. Oh, I guess I could have counted Copen too. I didn't count Copen. Above Asimov, but below Gunvolt. Probably. Yeah. We'll look at those image pulses next time! Thank you so much for watching this episode. It was been very long. It's Boss Rush. Sorry, the future me, for having to edit this long video, especially if that part where I died. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see as far as the game goes, pick it up. Don't have to, you don't want to, but you can. You should. You should help Inti Creates out. But most importantly, please have a wonderfully great day, and I will see you all next one. Until then, ciao.